All right, so
Hey, I respect it. I respect it, man.
so for one great Eagle to another, Saquon Barkley, man. Saquon Barkley had a tremendous season, first year, and quick turnaround. Win the chip in his first year, coming from the Giants, who are a laughing stock of our division, of the NFC for real, to win a Super Bowl. So I'm gonna ask you this, Super Bowl AJ, 2X. Did Saquon have the greatest running back season ever?
Joe, this man Saquon, by the end of the year, playoffs included, had
Mm.
2,504 rushing yards. This man Saquon had 18 touchdowns by the end of the year. 18, bro. Honestly, bro, if he didn't win the Super Bowl, I think we could still have a conversation about a few backs. Still have a conversation about, Terrell Davis and those type of guys. He was going to break the record no matter what. He's now the league leader in yards, including playoffs, in the history of the NFL. So you could make the case for a running back that winning the Super Bowl was instrumental in winning the Super Bowl if Saquon didn't win the Super Bowl. But the fact that he did win the Super Bowl, I don't think it's debatable, bro. Message to everybody who questioned why we rested Saquon Barkley. You see that confetti? You see this flag? That's why we rested Saquon Barkley. That's why we rested Saquon Barkley. Oh, but if y'all lose to the Packers. Oh, but if y'all lose to the Rams. It stopped when we seen the Commanders. People stopped saying that, like analysts. People stopped saying that then because it's like, okay, they didn't made it to the NFC Championship. Okay, I guess it was worth it. And he has a solid game against Shaw, first play of the game, and we got the ball. He running for his life out there, scoring a touchdown, breaking tackles left and right. He looked fresh all playoff run, bro. And something else I want to point out, AJ Brown didn't say, AJ Brown said he wasn't even 100% for a close to into the Commanders game. Devontae Smith came into the playoffs with a banged up back. We saw offensive linemen in this playoffs as well, especially against the Commanders. I mean, we was rotating the centers in because those guys were banged up. So not only was my case for Saquon resting because I want him to rest and be refreshed, whether people wanted to own it or not, the rest of the guys on that offense needed rest. Even when we got rest, we was still hurting out there. So just imagine if we just tried to play straight through. Who knows how these games go, bro? Because we needed our offensive line against the Rams to create holes for Saquon, and we needed him to be on his game. And we needed him against the Packers as well. We needed him in every game. But I'm just talking about the games to start. Saquon Barkley opened this offense completely up. Granted, he didn't have an amazing Super Bowl. But them selling out to stop Saquon helped a lot. It helped a lot. You got a lot of one-on-ones. And, bro, they won all of their one-on-ones. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Jahan Dotson. They won all of their one-on-ones. Y'all blitzing? Oh, y'all selling out to stop the run? Jalen Hurts and those receivers said, bet. This is what we wanted y'all to do. Go ahead, let's play us one-on-one. All y'all got is Trent McDuffie, and Trent McDuffie was out there looking like food. So Saquon Barkley's impact on this team all season long made y'all forget Jalen Hurts was a damn all-pro. That's why he the greatest running back, had the greatest season ever, because he made y'all forget who number one really is, a guy that can still light it up when asked to light it up. It's the numbers, it's the impact, it's the fact that he concluded this season as a Super Bowl champion. I think it's not even close. It's undeniable that Saquon was extremely instrumental in pushing us over the top. We were already a great team. If we just assembled this defense, along with this offense, without Saquon, I still believe we'd have been a damn good team. I do, because I believe in Hurts. Like I said, I know what I've seen, especially with this defense, the way they played this year, and in this playoffs, the way they played this year. But with Saquon, it was a no-brainer we was getting to the bowl. The way he was playing, it was a no-brainer. If we get in this playoffs healthy, we are going to the Super Bowl. And we've seen them take over game after game after game, bro. So we could go down. I could list all the games. He ran 60 yards plus and, 60-yard runs and 70-yard runs and all of that. Y'all watched the season. Y'all saw it. For me, all fandom aside, I'm not going to say he's the greatest running back ever. That's not the question. But the greatest running back season ever, I don't really think it's debatable, bro. I really don't. I think there's some guys you could throw out there for sure. But Saquon's impact for Philly, man, Saquon easily had the greatest running back season ever.
This is tough, but I'm gonna go with Terrell Davis, man.
Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Terrell Davis, man. He's in a similar situation. Like, John Elway went to 3 Super Bowls and got blown out every time. He been knocking on the door. He got Terrell Davis, saved his life. Terrell Davis. I don't know if you remember this, AJ. But Terrell Davis in a 16-game season in 1997, he had 1,700 yards. He won the MVP that year.
Mm.
He won a league MVP. And no, he won MVP. I'm tripping. It's Terrell Davis, bro. All right, let me tell you about Terrell Davis.
Okay.
In 97, he won Super Bowl MVP. Okay, cool. They won MVP. Went to the Super Bowl. Now he's on a glimpse of going back to back, which is tough to do. The second year, AJ, he has 2,008 yards, which led the league. 21 touchdowns, which led the league. MVP that year. And won a Super Bowl on a back-to-back season.
Is that the year you're referring to? That you think
Yes,
was the
year.
greatest? Okay.
1998. And then in that year, right, in the playoffs, I know Saquon had, 499 rushing yards? We have. Saquon had in the playoffs.
Somewhere around in there. I'd have to pull it up.
Right? But, here we go. Saquon, sorry, I'm messing up. He had 499 rushing yards in the playoffs, right, this year. Rushing yards. Terrell Davis had 468. So, like, he was right there with Saquon. So, the time that Terrell Davis did it, he broke the record. He had the most yards in a season total in NFL history. So, and Saquon played an extra game because I think they had a bye week. They only played 3 games. Saquon played 4 in the playoffs. He had a wild card game, a divisional round game, NFC game,
Super Bowl.
So, in the Super Bowl, Saquon was I'm not saying a no-show, but I mean, I'm gonna say he was kind of a no-show because they kind of shut him down that game. So I would say Terrell Davis had the best year. Saquon, though, if he would have won Super Bowl MVP, I would be thinking about him being a Hall of Famer after this 1 year, number one, because this would hands down be the best running back year in NFL history. But I'm going to give it to Terrell Davis. And the only thing Terrell Davis didn't do win Super Bowl MVP, John Elway did. So I'm going to say Terrell Davis.
This is what I'm going to say. Given those numbers, I feel you. But my rebuttal is this. Number one, you got to think about the team that's constructed around Saquon, bro. Not only does having those receivers help him, he also helps those receivers. Mm-hmm. And for us to come into a season, think about this now. A.J. Brown's an all-pro receiver, 1,500-yard guy. Devontae Smith is a guy in this league too. Not all-pro, but easily a 1,000-yard guy. Jalen Hurts, in my personal opinion, is a proven quarterback in this league before this season. Proven guy, all-pro, been to a Super Bowl without Saquon Barkley. He's done it. He did a lot before this season. And you insert Saquon Barkley in this season, and it took us 4 games to say, you know what? We're going to let bro carry the mantle. And everybody bought in. In a time in the league where the running back position is dying, bro. Impact. The running back position is dying. The running backs, you don't want to pay them. You're fighting for every penny, every dime. Correct me if I'm wrong. At that time, Terrell Davis was around. It's a running football league. Could be wrong, but it's a running league at that time. Right now, before this season, it was a passing league. You think about the best offenses in the league, you think about the quarterbacks. You ain't think about the running backs. You think the quarterbacks are the guys. Back then, you thinking about the running backs. Because at the time, you had elite quarterbacks, but these running backs is really carrying. So I feel like the league was known for handing the ball up at that time. At this point, league wasn't really known for that. And I feel as though the impact of Saquon Barkley this season with this team, the way we just won, it just rejuvenated the whole running back position. It rejuvenated the whole position. Now I feel like teams and GMs are going to look at the running back position a whole lot differently than they did in previous years. We're gonna be willing to throw more money towards an elite talent at the running back position, because we've seen now elite talent at the running back position is back, and we could win a Super Bowl with an elite running back. At the very least, could be a decoy and make the secondary think twice. Make the defensive line, make the linebackers think twice. So numbers-wise, I get where you're coming from. I understand Terrell Davis, sensational talent, back-to-back Super Bowl. It's hard to repeat. So to come out there and ball like that back-to-back years, it's hard to repeat. But the way the league is constructed right now, what Saquon just did, special, bro. With all of this talent, man, ain't like he was still playing with the Giants and they just had a good offensive line and they leaned on that. No, we had A.J. Brown and Devontae like, yo, we kind of want the ball too. But the Eagles, a pass-first organization, people forget that. They like to pass the ball. Howie, Jeffrey Lurie, they like passing the ball, bro. They all decided, you know what, bro? This guy in the backfield is insane. We're going to hand it off, and it led us to this point. So that's why I believe the numbers combined with his impact on the league, I feel like shakes this up and makes it the greatest running back season ever.
All right. It's going to be my last pushback. I know we got to go to the next topic. My pushback for what you said, I think it kind of helps my point. Okay. So the fact that it was a run-heavy league back then, the focus is on the run constantly, right? Focus on the run. Now, don't get me wrong. In the regular season, Saquon Barkley averaged 5.8 yards per carry. Terrell Davis averaged 5.1, which I think is tremendous back then. You averaged 5.1 per carry in the 90s? Whew. In the playoffs, Saquon Barkley averaged 5.5 per carry. Terrell Davis, 6 yards per carry. Ooh. With over 100 yards in the Super Bowl. So, like,
that's sick.
I gotta, like, dog, that's crazy. Shout out to Kyle Shanahan. He was the offensive coordinator. But, he was Mike Shanahan was the head coach. So, I'm sorry. I gotta do TD. But Saquon Barkley is literally very, very, very close. Saquon Barkley does get a lot of credit for me in the Hall of Fame category because of the times he's doing it in. Like, it's not a run-heavy league, but Saquon's getting his touches, though. It's not like he getting the same amount of touches your average running back in today's league. He's running the ball over 20-plus times a game. Like in the Super Bowl, he ran the ball 25 times.
He did.
In the Super Bowl.
He did.
You know? So, but Terrell Davis, man, had a crazy season. And then his season was off of an MVP year.
Yeah.
And winning the Super Bowl. That's tough. So maybe Saquon
like,
will push that next year.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Saquon's team, again, being on a great team is a gift and a curse. I feel like Saquon's team is a part of the reason why he didn't win MVP.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
and the
because it's a gift and a curse, man. You probably have more rushing touchdowns if it's not for the tush push.
No, facts.
But
I give you that.
You know what I'm saying? You have more rushing touchdowns if not for the tush push, but the tush push is such a guaranteed touchdown. It's like you gotta run it. You have to. Because I've seen Saquon get stuffed at the run a few times.
Seen him get 12 times this year. 12 times he got stuffed at the one.
Yeah. So we've given him an opportunity to get in, and there have been times where he just ain't get in. And we went to the tush push next. So I do believe if not for the tush push, which again is a product of the talent that you have around you, you have more touchdowns and you probably win MVP.
No, he would have. He would have led the league in both categories for sure.
Yep. So I think so, but at the end of the day, I respect it though. I respect the Terrell Davis take. I respect that.
If we're gonna count Hurts tush pushes, we can't count the almost touchdown with Saquon.
I get it. No, I get it. I feel like it's a gift and a curse because as an Eagles fan, even if you take out my Hurts like fandom, when we get to that goal line, I want the touchdown. Like it's a guaranteed yard. It's a guaranteed touchdown. Run it. Yeah. Run it. Like I don't care about the flashy. Just run it. You know what I mean?
I'm letting they might ban it. After I saw Chris Jones in the sideline doing this, I said, dang.
Yeah. Maybe
They might ban it to Spurs because the Chiefs is not liking it.
Yeah, that's fair. But hey, we got our Super Bowl with it though. So
We
I ain't
straight.
too bad. Hey, we got our ring off of it. So thank you.
All right. Now listen.